Sanbonani guys, welcome back to yet another episode recap of the Ultimate Girls Trip South Africa. Spoiler alert, if you have not watched the latest episode as yet, Lundi London has still not arrived. I honestly thought in this episode Lundi London would have arrived, but you know what? We are gonna wait on her because apparently Lassie says the wait is gonna be worthwhile. So, guys, this latest episode obviously follows after the girls had an apology sort of session where they apologized to one another. So, the vibes in this house when the episode started was, chilled vibes, cute vibes. There's just something cute when girls genuinely get along. So, those are the type of vibes it was giving. I'm going to touch on a few scenes because you know what? I feel like a lot happened in this episode, in these type of episodes. A lot happened because there's so many ladies who are opinionated. There's so many things said. So I'm going to be touching there and there. Number one, it starts off with Liz, or the episode starts off with Liz actually wanting to organize some sorts of painting session for the girls to kind of like bond with one another. So Liz asks Elton to organize this cute painting session. And he brings out, the paint and the paintboard and all of that. And they don't know what they're about to paint up until this model walks in. And he is all ebbed up in his abs, in his underwear. Yeah. And I guess they are supposed to paint the guy. I must say though, you guys, the model, he looked so uncomfortable. I'm just like, why did you take up this gig if, because you know very well, like it's common, you guys, when guys go to um events or painting sort of sessions, like it's always going to be giggled and all of that, but the guy just seemed so uncomfortable as if it's something that he's not used to, and I just didn't understand, like, why did he take up the job? And worse off is that the set of ladies that he was brought for are kind of forward, especially Unonku, guys. The way Unonku was just like acting like, guys, you guys know how Nonku acts in front of men. I don't know if it has to do, I don't know what it has to do with, but the way she was even acting around the model just even made the model feel even more uncomfortable. And I'm just like, Nonku needs to really slow down because the image that it's kind of giving her, it's not cute. It's not cute. So then she goes up to the guy. She's like, no, can I paint my initials on you? She paints her initials on the guy's arm. Next thing she's painting the guy's face. I'm just like, that was not even nice. But the guy, like you could see, like, you know what? Nonku gives me the type of vibes that she's the type of girl, she's hot and she knows it. But I'm just like, if you're hot and you know it, and guys, it's like she almost knows that in a room, she's probably the type of girl that's a guy would typically be interested in. And that's why she acts the way she acts. But I'm just like, it's still not matching. If you really do believe that you are as hot as you believe you are, then let the guys chase. But Unonku would like believe that she's hot, that she can get any other guy, that she can snatch people's guys and still pursue over them or after them. I'm just like, calm down, Sissy. Like, let these guys chase after you if they really are interested in you like that. So I don't know if really it was not that deep for her or what, but nah, it was not giving cute vibes. And then the next scene, the three blonde girls get to meet up. But there's actually four blonde girls, but there's three white blonde girls because Ilitabo is actually a blonde girl. She likes blonde wigs, you guys. So the three blonde white girls get to meet up by the poolside, and that is Crystal, Bev, and Mel. So it was cute, they looking cute in their bikinis, and they basically bonding and talking about whatever, really taking pictures. And then Litabo's name comes up because Crystal feels like everyone got to say their apology and make peace with one another, but she feels like Ulitabo did not issue her an apology. Now, you know, one thing I'm beginning to notice about Crystal, you guys, is that she's not as cuckoo as I thought she is, right? I feel like yes, sometimes she takes things like overboard, but if you just sit and listen to her, you guys, like there's sense in what she's saying, and I do feel like her feelings are kind of valid. Yes, I did feel, and I still do feel like sometimes Crystal needs to get over the fact of like everyone needs to apologize to her. Everyone just needs to always like prove their loyalty to her. Like at times it can get tiring. But the way Crystal explained her relationship with Letabo, I feel like either there's a misunderstanding in that maybe it's yeah in that she might have interpreted her being there for Ulitaba's events and all of that was maybe her being Litaba's friend, and maybe Litaba just felt like, I mean, you're just attending as a guest. I don't know, but I feel like sometimes Crystal does kind of expect too much from people. But the way she explained like her and the Tabos, like how before they even came to the ultimate girls trip, of how they were forever in one another's spaces. It's really not matching then how Letabo is treating Crystal here in the show, because Letabo is treating Crystal like a person like, listen, Crystal, I know you. I've worked with you before, but there's certain things that I don't like about you, and I've never hidden it before. It's not giving vibes of people who are actually friends. So I'm just like, there's something that's just not matching there. And I kind of do believe Crystal. And yeah, I feel like Ulutabo, this whole thing of her like speaking anyhow, like being loud and all of that. Sometimes it's really important for you to be cognizant of people's spaces. Just because you are the way you are, it does not warrant you to act the way you want to act in the name of this is just the way I am. It's so important for you to be cognizant of people's spaces and how you make people feel. And yeah, cause let's have a like even Mel spoke about that thing that she was not gonna sit at a table with the person who's busy screaming. And I agree with her. Well, like, why are you screaming? You know, why are you screaming when the person who's talking to you is not screaming? And she's like, that's just the way I am. I'm black. I'm wanted. I'm like, no, ma'am. You need to teach yourself of how to speak with people. And then while the three blonde girls are there by the poolside, um, Bev. Sometimes I confuse their names because I have to think mentally of the person's face. Bev, no, Bev was not there. No, yes, Bev, because Liz is the brunette, yeah. So, Bev comes up with, you know, that, they ask her about her relationship with her husband, and she really didn't want to open up too much about that, but she does say that she has a tattoo of her husband on her elbow or on her arm, something like that. And then Mel actually reveals that she has a tattoo of Piet, her husband's name, on her private parts. And I'm just like, Abel, but too mad. Like, don't you think like that is a bit, too much? But I don't know. You know what? We all know that Nonku is being sued for a lot of the things that she said pertaining Mel and Pierre's relationship. But even that whole tattoo down there, you guys, nah, it's a bit extreme for me, but I guess for some other people it's not that much of a taboo. But for me, no, it's a bit extreme. And then anyway, the next scene, the girls go to the supermarket. This is Les, Letabo, and Unongu. They're going to shop for some Jamaican cute type of pieces. And there's something that Liz says that I'm just like, I feel like this shouldn't even be something we have to speak about. So Liz basically says that she feels like the girls have been opening up about themselves, about their lives, who they are, but she feels like Lassie has not been opening up. And I'm just like, we need to get rid of this mindset that when we are in girlfriends or girls type of setup or tropes that just because I am opening up about something, then it means everyone's obliged, or that everyone needs to open up about their lives. And if someone doesn't get to open up about their lives, then it means they're not being fake, or it means they're hiding something. Nah, guys, nah. When you get to open up about something, it must not be in the hopes that you want other people to do the same. You should open up about something that you know very well you are comfortable in the public or strangers knowing about it. So I feel like sometimes the ladies, and a lot of ladies are intimidated by, let's see, of how she gets to choose things. And listen, I commend her. Lassie has a whole ex-president as her baby daddy. She can't afford to be, like saying like lousy type of things like anyone else. Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like she had to understand that at a young age, and I feel like it's working for her, because when you get to do things like that, you get to be the master of your own narrative. You get to tell your story when you are ready, and how you want it to be received by people. So I feel like the ladies, and many ladies, not only in this franchise but in different types of franchises, have been threatened by the fact that Lassie isn't like most of us ladies. Because once us ladies, like, one thing about us, when we meet up with one another, we just spill the beans. And sometimes it's just like it was not necessary. But let's see. I feel like she really is helping herself, and I think it's a good thing, because remember, you guys, these ladies are strangers to one another. These ladies are strangers to one another. This is the reality TV. But besides reality TV, guys, there is still people's actual lives that need to be loved. So anyway, then Nonku speaks about Leslie, that Leslie said she went to Cape Town with a man. A man took her out to Cape Town. She flew with him to Cape Town, but she did not have a sexual intercourse with him. And Nonku's basically like, Leslie's lying, like there's no such thing. And I'm like, that type of mindsets, because Nonku was basically saying it's not possible for you to travel so far from Durban to Cape Town with the man and not have sexual intercourse with him. And I'm like, you see, that very type of mindset is what's killing the youth. Firstly, I must say, I don't see the need. I don't know. I don't see myself traveling so far with that guy. Let's just start off there. But secondly, if a woman does find themselves in a circumstance where a guy is willing to fly her to wherever, she is not obliged to sleep with the guy just because the guy flew her from or spent so much money on her. No, we need to get rid of that mindset. A no is a no. Even if the guy had hopes, or you gave him hopes that you were going to give it up. And let's just say when you guys got there, you decided that no, you did not want to. It's still fine, you guys. It's still fine. Just because a person takes you, like, is willing to jump through fire hula hoops for you, it does not mean that it is necessary, or that it is an unspoken rule that you need to give it up. Like, we just need to normalize that it is not okay. If a guy chooses to do stuff for you, he must choose to do it because of his own reasons. But when as a woman, you must not feel obligated to do that. And I'm just disappointed in Unonku having that type of mindset, because she has a daughter, for crying out loud. So with her daughter, when a guy does like major stuff for you, is nah, no ma'am. No, no, no. And then lastly, they have a picnic there at the villa, cute type of vibes, and they decide to have or play a game that has proven to be very messy, you guys. And that's basically asking one another questions, anonymous questions, writing down a question and answering certain questions. I feel like people are so curious about Leslie's life. And Leslie said something, and I'm just like, you know what? I agree with you, Leslie. She was just like, people act like, here in South Africa, people act like they're not interested in the former president. But the way every time Leslie finds herself in these social spaces and everyone just wants to know, proves that they are interested in the former president. Or maybe not that. Maybe people are truly intrigued by, how did you beg yourself a man like that, like a man that like has access to like so much, and he chooses you out of so many people. What was that like? Maybe people are intrigued by that. But there was a lot of questions for Lassie, like ever since you had your baby, or have you ever slept with one man in your life? There was questions for Mel about Mel's tattoo down there. And Nonku supposedly sees when a woman is, not treated right. And she starts going on about her previous marriage and how she was abused in her previous marriage, and she knows how to see the symptoms. And Mel just basically said, listen, don't burst my bubble. And I have to agree with Umel. I know Ununku likes, I don't know, projecting the type of things she's went through onto other women. And I get maybe it's probably coming from a area of concern, or I really don't know. But I feel like don't burst other people's bubbles. Allow people to go through whatever they went through, and just have an open door policy so that when people do eventually come out, should they find themselves in such circumstances, they come to you. But don't like go around like wanting to burst people's bubbles about the relationships and the marriages that they are in and whatnot. I'm just like, Nonku, it's getting distasteful and tiring. And quite frankly, like, just stop doing it, because it's not coming off in a cute type of manner. But maybe then again, that's the reason why Mel and her husband are taking these necessary steps, or what seems to be a necessary step for them, because GBV is a very serious thing in South Africa. And yeah, guys, that is the recap of the latest episode of the Ultimate Girls Trip. If you did get to watch the episode, tell me, what did you think of this episode? What were your highlights for you? Please do make sure that you like the video. Please do subscribe. It is absolutely for free of charge, and I'll see you on the next one.